Hello, today I'm going to be showing my code that I created called Power Hour CO. This application is an iPhone application, and the purpose of it is to show that I understand Swift and I know how to actually create a program that is useful on a phone. I chose an iPhone because I use iPhones, and I have a Mac, so it was easy to use Swift. If you don't have iOS or Mac OS, you are unable to create an application for an iPhone. You have to use Mac OS. You can get a virtual machine on uh, Windows. However, it's just simpler to use a Mac to do it. So here I will go over the application really quickly, and then I'll go over the code real fast. So here is my code, or here is my program that I wrote right here. This is what it looks like. I made this little application icon. It's just a little plus, and here is how it works. So for my work, this is something that I would use. I am a data entry person, and the faster I go, the more money I make. So I use this. So I made this application to calculate my rate. So we start this timer up here, and it calculates my rate. So when I work, I can either pass a bill or I can fail a bill. And if I fail a bill, it counts against me, but it's still like I still get paid for it. But if I don't have a high enough effectiveness to start getting dinged, and I get in trouble. So I have to keep track of my effectiveness and make sure I keep it above 60%. And so this application helps me with that. And so every time I pass a bill, I press the pass button. Every time I fail a bill, I press the fail button. And both of these are calculated in the total, and both of them are calculated in the rate as well, and in the effectiveness. They're all pretty useful, and I made them big so it's easy to press without looking at it, so I can just focus on work. It wouldn't be very useful for other people who aren't in my exact job, but it would be useful for my coworkers. So let's go over, let me pause it real fast, and let's go over the code. Swift is fairly simple once you know what you're doing. It is very daunting when you first create an application because it has all these different sections that it automatically creates with your application. There's other ways to do it, or other like what's the word I'm looking for? There's other formats for it, but this is the format that I chose. It uses Swift UI. And this is how you import Swift UI, right? That's the same way that you use other libraries in Python as well. And so let's go over a couple things that are interesting here with the code. I like when you comment in Swift, if you use this little mark statement here, it'll actually mark it off. So you see these little lines right here that is due to the mark. This section here, it does some calculations for us, and let's go over that a little bit. So in order to declare variables, you have to do its var, and then the variable name, and then what type of variable it is. So this is an integer, so it's an integer, and this is the math that we did inside the variable. This is one called effectiveness, that is a double, because we wanted it to be able to include 2 decimal places. This is a double as well. We'll keep going down. This line of code right here is to test if it is in night mode or not. And if it is in night mode, then if the device is in night mode, then it'll be a white text. And if it's not in night mode, then it'll be in black text. This is a little button here to reset. This is our rate. This is our button to pass it. And we have to include these little spacers here in order to format it correctly to the way that we want it to look. And it's the same with this padding as well. or padding does the same thing. Let's see, anything else important, super important here? See, most of this was fairly simple and pretty straightforward. It was just the hardest part was trying to get it onto my phone, because I was able to get it on my phone, but it took a while and a lot of updates. I didn't realize I was so behind on all my updates. But here are my assets. When you are creating an application, you have to make sure that you have an application for all the different devices out there, because there's a ton of different devices. So these are applications, the app icons for iPhones, right? And then you have it for the iPads, and then for like the notifications and the spotlight and even the App Store, right? There's just so many different different spots or different like times when you see the app and they need the exact pixel size for each one of them. And that's pretty much it. Thank you for checking out or showing interest in my application that I created, and let me know if you have any questions about it. Thank you.